Hi, this is Jeffrey Lunn. I want to welcome you to this little quick start guide. It's actually a review of the lighting patterns we discussed and demonstrated in the Hollywood lighting event that happened most recently. We're going to begin by talking about the two frontal lighting patterns. These are the patterns that we use to broaden the face, make it a little bit wider, and they're particularly useful for people that have very narrow, long faces. The very first pattern is called Paramount Lighting. These examples are showing that the light is about 45 degrees above the subject in all these cases. In Paramount Lighting, the shadow from the nose goes about halfway to the upper lip. It doesn't hit the upper lip, and it certainly doesn't cover the mouth. It's a very subtle shadow, and it's achieved usually by having the key light right above the camera. If we move the key light to the right or the left, the shadow from the nose gets a little longer, and we are going to be very careful not to let that shadow hit the mouth or the shadow from the cheek. It just kind of is all out there by itself, and this pattern is called loop lighting. The third pattern starts to narrow the face, and it really shows the facial structure by casting a shadow around onto the dark side of the face. This Rembrandt lighting pattern puts a triangular highlight on the shadow side of the face. It's an upside down triangle. The point is pointing down, and the shape of this is going to change depending on the shape of the bridge of their nose and how their cheeks are. But in every case, there's going to be a upside down triangle on the shadow side of the face. Now we're going to look at split lighting, a very good lighting pattern to be used with softboxes and window light, and it divides the face equally into shadow and highlight, and that's why it's called split lighting. This is a very good lighting pattern for someone with a wide, round face because it tends to narrow their face a little bit. This last lighting pattern is called rim light, and it's the pattern that we use very often with other lighting patterns. In this illustration, we see that rim light is used with the model in profile, and that's one of the only times you'll use rim light as the principal lighting pattern. In these shots, we'll see that the model has a rim light regardless of the lighting pattern on the front of his or her face. This lighting pattern, rim light, is accomplished by having usually a spotlight or two spotlights high and above the model and behind the model. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's useful for you, and I hope to see you in future shooting and lighting events.